Oh, I'm back again. I got sidelined for a few days. So we're on number 2. So the gasket, cylinder number 2. It's looking better all the time. Piston and rod assembly number 2. I gotta bump it up a little bit so the ring groove is all the way out. There. Now I'll put the wrist pin keepers in. Now I'll get the rings. Oil ring in. First compression ring. Once in a while, my clamp still likes to sneak down in next to the piston. There. And piston number 2 is in. Now, set it down on the crank and check the clearance. If you can see it, we have a little more than 3 thousandths clearance and a little less than 4 thousandths. So that's what we're going to leave it at. Now I'll try turning it all the way around with 3. Looking good. My smile's getting bigger. countdown continues. Now we go to number 1. First the gasket. Now the cylinder. And now we gotta get the crank position for putting in the piston and rod assembly. Piston and rod assembly number 1. Now I'll get the rings. Put in the wrist pin keepers. Oil the wrist pin holes. Put the oil ring on. And the oil ring is in. A compression ring. Oil it. We gotta go back up a little. Another compression ring. Another compression ring. Oil it. Two more rings to go. We should have one ring to go. And there we go. All 4 are in. Now we gotta get it down on the crank. I shimmed the front cap to about 3.5 thousandths, and now I'm gonna try turning with all 4 in. I've only been waiting 50 years for this to bar this through. Feels good. So there, to me this is kind of like a milestone. I think it was about 10 years ago that I took number 1 cylinder off. And then, you know, I was still working and life gets busy with other things. And I had a, and later that same year, I think I took number 2 off and found it cracked. And then I got to number 3 and that was cracked. So I didn't even look at number 4 before I started looking for cylinders. And it took me a while to find cylinders, but I got 3 cylinders. And then it just sat for a long time. But now, I think it's Rod. You said you want to see my smile get bigger. It's getting bigger. I think it's a kind of a milestone day to have all 4 cylinders on, pistons in, and cranking it through. Now actually, my plan is, seeing I have the belt drive pulley for the back, because this was used to run my crusher that's a Baraboo. When I get the oil pump in and the oil pan and all that, you know, maybe the weather will be getting warmer in March. I'll want to get the belt pulley on the back and be able to spin it over with a belt and build oil pressure through the oil pump to make sure it's all getting oil good. And then I might set up, what I want to do is set up a dial indicator on the crank and on the rods so I can get a pry on them with a dial indicator and check them with a dial indicator too to see what clearance there is. So at any rate, at this point, my next thing is going to be cylinder heads and cleaning up rocker arms and push rods and tappets and tappet blocks. So I get to work in the basement where it's warm for that. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks again for watching. And I just got to say, you guys who are watching it and comment, it helps give me the energy to keep going on this. I mean, I keep going on anyway, but there's kind of a little extra drive when I know there's people watching and interested in it. So thanks again for watching.